10 top tourist attractions in Egypt. Egypt is famous for its ancient civilization, and some of the world's most famous monuments, including the Giza pyramids, the Great Sphinx, and the ancient temples of Luxor dating back thousands of years. Although the focus of the most tourist visits remains the great monuments along the Nile, possibilities for Egyptian travel also include snorkeling and diving along the Red Sea coast. Other tourist attractions in Egypt include camel trips into the mountains of Sinai, tours to remote oases, or visits to the Coptic monasteries of the Eastern Desert. 1. The Pyramids of Giza. The pyramids at Giza were built over the span of 3 generations by Khufu, his second reigning son Khafra, and Menkaure. The Great Pyramid of Khufu is an awe-inspiring 139 meters (455 feet) high, making it the largest pyramid in Egypt. 2. Karnak. The Karnak Temple, known as Karnak, it is the largest ancient religious site and represents the combined achievement of many generations of Egyptian builders. The Temple of Karnak actually consists of 3 main temples located about 2.5 kilometers north of Luxor. One of the famous structures of Karnak is the Hypostyle Hall. 3. Red Sea Reef. The Red Sea off the coast of Egypt is one of the most beautiful places in the world to go diving. It is home to thousands of different sea creatures. Red Sea beach resorts are located on both sides of the sea. On the east side and part of the Sinai Peninsula is the long-established Sharm el-Sheikh. On the west coast of the Red Sea lies relatively old and touristy Hurghada and a cluster of new resort towns. 4. River Nile Cruise. Crossing the Nile is a popular way of visiting Upper Egypt. The Nile River has been Egypt's lifeline since ancient times, and there is no better way to trace the passage of Egypt's history than to follow the course of the Nile. Egyptian cruise ships travel the Luxor-Aswan route, which is safe. Taking aflokas are sailboats that have been used on the Nile since antiquity. A floka is not quite as comfortable as a luxury cruise ship, but nothing can beat sailing in a quiet rig that was designed thousands of years ago. 5. Valley of the Kings. The Valley of the Kings near Luxor is a valley where, for a period of nearly 500 years from the 16th to 11th century BC, tombs were constructed for the kings. The valley contains 63 tombs and chambers. The royal tombs are decorated with scenes from Egyptian mythology. All of the tombs seem to have been opened and robbed in antiquity except for the famous tomb of Tutankhamun. 6. Abu Simbel. Abu Simbel is an archaeological site comprising 2 massive rock-cut temples in southern Egypt off the western bank of Lake Nasser. The twin temples were originally carved out of the mountainside during the reign of Pharaoh Ramses the Great in the 13th century BC. As a lasting monument to himself and his queen Nefertiti, Abu Simbel remains one of Egypt's top tourist attractions. 7. Egyptian Museum. Egyptian Museum is home to at least 120,000 items of ancient Egyptian antiquities. The Egyptian Museum is one of Cairo's top attractions. There are 2 main floors of the museum, the ground floor and the first floor. On the ground floor, there is an extensive collection of papyrus and coins used by the ancient Egyptians. On the first floor there are artifacts from the final two dynasties of ancient Egypt and also many artifacts taken from the Valley of the Kings. Highlights include the objects from the tomb of Tutankhamun and the royal mummy room containing 27 royal mummies from pharaonic times. 8. Siwa Osiris. Located in the Libyan desert, Siwa Osiris is one of Egypt's isolated settlements with 23,000 people, mostly ethnic Berbers. Siwa was an oasis vital to the trade route, as the natural springs and shade-giving palm trees gave travelers respite from the desert. In recent decades, tourism has become a vital source of income. Much attention has been given to creating hotels that use local materials and play on local styles. 9. Dahab. Dahab is located some 85 km 53 miles north of Sharm el-Sheikh on the Gulf of Aqaba, near the southern tip of Sinai. Activities such as wind surfing, snorkeling, scuba diving, and camel and jeep trips make it one of the most popular destinations along the Red Sea. 10. Mosque of Ibn Tulun. Mosque of Ibn Tulun is located in Cairo. It built between 876 and 879 AD. The Mosque of Ibn Tulun is one of the oldest and the largest mosques in Cairo. The mosque was constructed in the Samarra style common with Abbasid constructions.